Lives Matter, but you want to defund the police for black people. You're lying.
You know, it takes real guts to stand up these days to Black Lives Matter. Courage today is not defined by saying Black Lives Matter. Anyone can say that. But to stand against it, that takes some bravery. And here's a woman who shows that kind of bravery.
No, we're not standing with Black Lives Matter. We want our police. Refund our police.
I looked up her name, Bevelyn Beatty. You should follow her on Twitter and Facebook and social media. She's a rarity in our invertebrate age, in which we see so many people succumbing to the pressure to conform. Corporations, institutions, sports teams, even an occasional cop or National Guardsman takes a knee. Why? Because they're not quite as tough as they like to present themselves. She is. But beyond her bravery, she's making, I think, a very profound point. And the point she's making is that Black Lives Matter is anti-black. Now, how can this be? Well, her point is very simple. The cops exist to protect the vulnerable. Rich and powerful people don't need cops. Why? They have high walls, they have gated communities, they have private security. Cops protect poor people and minorities who live in vulnerable areas. So a cop is the friend of minorities. Now, Black Lives Matter, which is against the cops, defund the cops, delegitimize the cops. Who's Black Lives Matter the friend of? Answer, the criminals. The most enthusiastic support for Black Lives Matter comes from the criminal class, because Black Lives Matter is paving the way for criminals to run amok. And of course, many members of groups like Black Lives Matter and Antifa are themselves criminals. They're engaged in lawless behavior. But I think there are also supporters of Black Lives Matter who are indifferent to blacks. They don't care about blacks at all. Their agenda is completely different: to use the race issue to create a kind of overhauling of society, to delegitimize, if you will, institutions of authority. And these are mainly white liberals who support Black Lives Matter, and they don't care about blacks at all. And I think this is the group that Bevelyn Beatty is protesting most strongly against. Don't exploit the name of blacks. Don't exploit the black cause to achieve socialism, progressivism, whatever wacky theory you're after, whatever social transformation, whatever remaking of America you're trying to do. Don't do it by falsely appealing to the authority, the moral authority of the black cause, of the civil rights cause. So, Bevelyn Beatty, I salute you, and you are the kind of person who speaks up for blacks and for America.